What's up guys, Dan Vivid Racing, and today we are doing a new ECU tune on the brand new 2020 Can-Am Maverick X3 Turbo. So the new 2020 X3 has some small changes that are very significant over the previous 18 and 19 versions. Changes to the turbocharger, the intercooler and intake piping, and this now comes with 195 horsepower. So we've put the X3 here on our Mustang all-wheel drive dyno in the middle of summer here in Arizona to get some baselines and start doing some tuning. Now we've just finished doing the baseline run, and we've done it twice here so we can get some good numbers, see where the car is at. Now you can see here we've got a peak boost pressure of around 23 psi, which is tremendously different compared to previous cars that are around 15, 16, usually see 17, 18 with a tune. So the car stock, we're seeing just about 150 rear wheel horsepower, and that's a Mustang all-wheel drive dyno, 91 octane, and it is a humid 105 degrees today. The Mustang dyno typically has about a 30% drivetrain loss, so take the numbers, do your math, we're pretty much on point here. So now we can see where we have our baseline and where we're going to go from to get that tune all dialed. Finished doing the tuning, and we've got some amazing results for you guys to check out. Here you can see our baseline run, this dotted line here. That's 153 rear wheel horsepower. Our two other runs is we have this other dotted line, which is our 91 octane file, and the solid line, which is our 93 octane file map. Now you can see here, just with our 91 file, we have a gain of almost 30 horsepower, 177 to about 149. That's very impressive for a UTV, and even more impressive for this new X3. As we continue on through the power curve, you can see we still hold very good gains. We've got 150 compared to 170, 20 horsepower, rear wheel horsepower. Even at the very top of our test, here we have 159 compared to 134, 25 wheel horsepower. Our 93 octane map has slight changes to the timing as well as boost. So you can see here we have an increase right there at the top at 180 compared to 177. So a little bit gain up there, but we improved that through the mid to top end range where that really helps out. So you can see here we've got 170 compared to 175, 5 horsepower gain, and as we get further up here, 170 compared to 162. So we're gaining 8 horsepower up on the top with a higher fuel map. Now looking at the boost pressures, the stock also comes in and has a peak of about 22 to 23 psi, but then very quickly tapers off, maintaining around 19 psi. Again, these 2020 X3s have 3 bar map sensors, meaning they are designed to run higher boost with the components that are already on the vehicle, such as the larger turbo, different intercooler piping, etc. Our tune runs are hitting a peak boost of near 23 psi, but we are holding that consistently across. You can see 22.6, 23.1 all the way through. So we are making more boost pressure. On the air-fuel ratio, the stock AFR is 1 lambda, which is 14.7. Now this is interesting because most people think of 14.7 being what you're at with partial throttle. These are full throttle pulls stock. These cars run very lean, but this is not an accident. This is what they really do. Now, they're designed to do this because of something called component protection system. And if you look at other dyno results we have, they will run this AFR until the car says, nope, not anymore, and then you'll see them go rich. So these are solid full pulls at 14.7. Just to further why the ECUs are running at 14.7 and what is component protection system in the Bosch ECU, you can see here 14.7 through a pull, and then all of a sudden it shoots down to right under 12. Now you can see in the power curve, nothing else is changing. So the ECU is doing this automatically to adjust for the needs of the engine. With our tuning, we gain more power not only through boost timing, but then richening up the fuel. So you can see we've adjusted both our 91 and 93 octane files to run in that sweet spot of around 12 to 12.5 AFR. So after a slew of data logs and runs to develop our ECU tune, where did we end up? You can see here we have 181 peak horsepower with our 93 octane map. So what does that translate into for crank horsepower? If we have a factory car with 195 horsepower and we are looking to see what that equals to 153, let's take 20% drivetrain. So we're just over 20% drivetrain loss. So with our new peak power of 181, how much crank horsepower are we making? I believe if we take 225 and we go times 0.8, that is pretty spot on the money. So the new 2020 X3 with the VR tuned ECU flash is making 225 crank horsepower, which is 30 more horsepower over its stock rating. Now that we got the ECU flash done, let's take it for a spin and see how it performs. Alright, the 2020 X3 ECU Flash is all done. We've made some amazing power. We've got a machine now that is just purely insane. So the new 2020 X3 ECU Flash is now available on our website, vividracing.com. You can also check out vrtune.com, which is ECU specific. If you have any questions, leave us a comment, make sure you subscribe, and get to ordering. Thanks, we'll see you at the next one.